LeBain and we are in my kitchen again today. Today we are going to be making an early little Easter bread. So who's all ready for Easter? Peter Rabbit is on his way. So let's get prepared and we're gonna make these here right here. And people all over the world make them differently. Some do them in wreaths, some do them in loaves, but they're basically kind of the same. I've already got everything rolled out and ready to go. So stay tuned. Let's get started, guys. And guys, please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and tap that bell. Alright guys, let's take a look at the ingredients that you are going to need. You're going to need 3 large eggs at room temp, 5 dyed eggs that are already hard boiled, 2 1/4 to 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of milk already at room temp, a 1/2 stick of unsalted butter already at room temp and softened, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 pack of instant yeast, and a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Alright guys, now what we're going to do, I've already added the salt to the flour and then just mixed it up with a whisk. And the next thing you want to do is warm your milk up maybe about 25 seconds if it's already at room temp, which mine is. And then I'm just going to basically add the sugar and we're going to just kind of stir it and help it melt. And I'm going to go ahead and add the yeast and just stir it up a little bit to help it get into the milk. And then we're going to just basically let it proof for about 5 minutes maybe. Let it get kind of frothy. And then we'll go ahead and we'll start making the bread, okay? So just remember, give it a few minutes and let it proof basically, okay? Alright, so we'll come right back. Alright guys, so we've got this, has been sitting for a little while. It's not quite as frothy as I'd like it, but I am using instant. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and you wanna add this softened butter. And we're going to add 2 of the eggs, only 2. The other one is to brush the top so it can give it a light golden color once it's baked, okay? So don't mess up and put all 3, just put 2. All right, we're just going to mix this all up. Okay, that's good enough. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly start adding the flour to this, okay? 1 cup at a time. We'll start off with a couple of maybe like a cup and a half, and then we'll go from there. I'll show you. Just pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and put this in another bowl that's slightly bigger than this one. And then we'll slowly start adding each stuff together, okay? All right, so guys, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to lightly flour our surface, and then we're going to throw this onto that surface and start kneading it, okay? Now guys, the one thing you want to do when you're doing this is the better sticky the dough is, the less dry feeling it feels, the more fluffier your bread will come out. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you don't put too much flour, and you still want it slightly tacky to the touch. So do this for about 7 minutes. You'll know once you reach the right consistency, because it won't quite stick like this, but it will not be dry. It's just kind of like in the middle. It'll be tacky, kind of like this part right here. It's still slightly tacky, but it's not dry. So about 7 more minutes, guys. Just keep doing it. All right, so guys, I'm pretty much done with that. We're gonna cover it with a bowl. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in this bowl right here, and then I'll let it go ahead and rise for about 30 minutes to an hour. All right, so I just rubbed a little bit of this. I put baker's grease in this, and I'm just gonna slightly tap this. And then we'll cover it up, guys. So I'll see y'all back here in just a minute. All right, guys, so I've got it ready, and it's uncovered, and it's about doubled in size. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna just slightly put a little bit of flour, so it's not so sticky on the hands, or you can do it to your hands. It's just up to you. All right. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and break these into about 5 pieces. I'm sorry, 10 pieces. We're making about 5 rolls, but I need to do a braid. So we are going to go ahead and do 10 pieces, and you'll see what I'm going to do, and then we're going to braid them together and then make them into little wreaths. You'll see. So just watch me as I go and follow the steps, guys. right, so this is good enough. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cover this back up, guys, and then we're gonna let it do another rise for about 30 minutes to another hour, and then we'll go ahead and bake them, okay? So I'll see you back here in just a second. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and this remaining egg we're gonna beat, and then we're gonna brush the tops of this bread with the egg, okay? All right, so guys, we've got it coated, and I'm gonna go ahead and bake this at 350 for 15 minutes, okay? And then I'll come back and we'll poke the egg in each little crevice. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and also as well do a, like a little glaze on it as well. So just stay tuned. All right, guys, I decided I'm gonna go ahead. I found some holiday stuff. And it's not quite Easter colors, but it's Christmas colors, but it will work. You can even come back and do sprinkles after the glaze to help the sprinkles stick if you want to. That way it's kind of colorful and pretty. If you can find some different colors, or if you want to use more pinky colors, yellow color, it's just all up to you. Now I'm just going to barely put a little bit of that, and there we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bake it, guys, and we'll be back here in a second, okay? All right, guys, so I've got about 2/3 cups of confectioner's sugar, which I can tell you it's probably going to be way too much, but I'm just going to pour a little bit at a time, little tiny bit at a time, about like that. And that might have been a little too much, because you want the paste kind of thick, and it is. It's a little too much. But you know what? I can add more confectioner's sugar. So give me a minute. That's it. So let's go ahead. We're waiting on the buns, and we're going to let them cool for about a good 5 minutes before we actually apply this, okay? Alright guys, so it's done. And before we put the eggs, I let it cool just a little bit. We're going to go ahead, and I colored my little glaze, this pretty Tiffany blue looking color. So I'm going to go ahead and do the glaze, because I don't want to accidentally get the glaze on top of the egg. So I'll go ahead and glaze these, and then we'll go ahead and put the eggs in, okay? So anyway, there you go, guys, and I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial, and I want to thank y'all so much for watching me. Please share it. Don't forget to subscribe, and just leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Thanks, everyone.